one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you was to hear you talk to me about this gratitude journal
Mm-hmm.
that I've heard that you.
Well, actually, I didn't talk to you about it. Kim must have told you about it.
Yes, she told me about it, and that's why I wanted to talk with you.
Okay.
Because she was touched by your note, telling her about your experience with this, and I wanted to hear more.
Okay. Well, let's see. Where shall I begin? I wrote her the note because you were talking about gratitude and, letting other people know. So I thought, well, people were writing on Facebook about their gratitude. You wrote about Facebook on Facebook about it. And I thought, I'm not that forward. So I think I'll just write a note to Kim. And I told her that the reason I started the gratitude notebook was because she gave a sermon Thanksgiving 2 years ago about gratitude. And at some point in this sermon, I remember the children's sermon the most because I think she had a big tablet and she was asking the children, "What are you thankful for?"
Okay.
And you know how kids are, my dog, and all these things. That was cute.
Hey, look.
Yeah. Yes, your dog. Oh, the dog father. I love it. I love it.
Robin gave me that shirt, so.
That is cool. So they were saying what they were thankful for.
Yes.
And I decided, well, she said, why don't you write a gratitude journal? Write down your thoughts in a gratitude journal. And I thought about that. And I had a journal that when I retired, one of my colleagues gave me for a retirement gift. And that was 5 years ago. And nothing was in the journal. So I thought, well, that's a good thing I could do with that journal. I could make it into a gratitude journal. So that night, I thought about what I was thankful for. And I just wrote, a short paragraph, that I'm going to start this gratitude journal because, the sermon was about gratitude. And I started the journal and I've written in it every day for the past 2 years, except maybe 1 or 2 days I didn't write in it, but almost every day I write in the gratitude journal. And it's become a habit that I can't go to bed at night if I haven't written in the gratitude journal. It's like something I'm compelled to do. Not in a bad way, like, oh, I have to write in the gratitude journal, but, oh, I want to write in my gratitude journal before I go to bed. So.
Yeah. You have a beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you.
Talk about it. You're just beaming.
I am?
Yeah. Do you go back and read some of the things that you've written?
Yes, I do. Not every day. Not every day, but, well, maybe once a week I'll go back. And right now I can go back to 2 different years. And as I go back, I see there's a theme. Well, there are themes, not just one. The themes of what I'm most thankful for. And the themes probably, let's see, the top themes are faith, my family, my friends, and nature. They are like, as I go back and I look, I'm like, wow, I keep writing about these things. And it's not that I think, you stop and think, oh, the things I'm most thankful for are A, B, C, D. But when you read them over and over again, you go, wow, that's cool. These are themes in my life, that the things that I'm most thankful for.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you go back and sometimes I see things like I don't just write I am thankful for. It's like a little paragraph, and I might even also write what happened that day or something about the temperature, like, different things, or something I'm praying for. It's not really a prayer journal, but sometimes I'll write things that I'm thankful for, answered prayers or whatever, and I'll go back and I'll say, wow, they were answered prayers, like I prayed for something or other, and look, I've forgotten about that, but the prayer was answered, Yeah. That's kind of interesting too, looking back at that. Yeah. And And on a personal note, when you, when Suzanne wrote and asked me about this, if I would do this, I opened up, I thought, oh, what am I going to say about my journal? So I opened up the journal and it went to a past one. And you're not going to believe this. You know who, it was on a Sunday, and you know who the speaker was that Sunday? Robin. Robin was the speaker. That the entry that I looked at, she was the speaker, and you may recall, she spoke about hope.
Okay.
Yeah. It was in December. It was a December entry, I think, and she spoke about hope. So maybe it was the beginning of Advent.
Right.
And it was like, I was hesitant about talking to you about this.
Yeah.
But then when I read that, it was like, oh, this is a message. This is a message. Somebody's saying you really need to talk to them about this. Do you ever have those messages?
Sometimes. I don't always keep a record of them in my head because I don't always write down a gratitude every day.
But I mean, messages like little God winks that you're supposed to do something because of something you saw or something you read.
Yes, it becomes a very clear impression that there's a call I need to make, or somebody I need to stop by and visit. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So, any other questions?
I would be interested in having the text of that. That would be neat.
I will I'll take a picture of it. I'll text it to you. Would that work?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. I will.
Yeah. So how has it changed you to every day for 2 years? To write down thankful for?
Mm-hmm. It changes I mean, I've always been a glass half full person, but I think I'm a more positive person now because I'm not always on the lookout, but I'm more aware of the good things that are happening instead of, focusing on the bad things. I'm more aware of the good things that are happening that I need to be grateful for. Well, not that I need to be grateful for, but that I am grateful for,
Mm-hmm. How has it helped you go through this very strange year?
Oh, how has it helped me? Well, I think the positivity really is the key, with being able to see the good things in your life. You don't focus on the pandemic as much. You focus on the good things. When you think pandemic, you think bad things. But I don't think about that. I have a dear friend that's texting me all the time about, how many numbers there are, like she's always texting me the statistics and, I saw this person without a mask and that person without a mask. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to see those things, but don't focus on those things. Focus on the good things. How many people did you see with a mask? How many people did you see that cared and had a mask on? It's just, you have to focus on the positive. And I think by keeping the journal, you're always thinking of the positive. You're focusing on that instead of focusing on the negative.
It's powerful to reorient perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think joy is something we choose.
Mm-hmm.
To a large degree. I had a professor, this is not a joy thing, but he made a comment that falling in love is as much a matter of turning on a shower as it is getting caught in a rainstorm. And I think there are ways for those things that are most important in our lives that the choices we make about what we focus our mind on.
Exactly.
Have profound effects on
right.
all of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I truly believe that, if you focus on the positive, that's how your life is going to be.